Hey, so I've made several attempts to make this video today short. I apologize if it's longer than you want it to be, but I feel like I need to get this out. I mean, I've been posting things on Facebook, and people have, honestly just been calling me a man hater, and, I got guys texting me, wondering basically, like, what the big deal is. Like, why do I diss on guys? Why do I complain about guys? Like all of this. So basically, I'm gonna tie up some loose ends and put this on YouTube because I because I'm sure a lot of girls out there can agree with me. Okay, so here we go. First of all, I am I have been talked to by some guys who would consider themselves to be good guys. You know, those guys that are different than all the rest. And I don't I don't believe them. And it's heartbreaking for me to admit that I literally believe that all guys are guilty until proven innocent. And this is based on my past. Because when a guy just uses his words, it it's a shady, it's a crumbly, it's a very loose and very bendy way to trust somebody. I have learned the hard way from taking a guy's words and running home with them, because in the end I just get heartbroken because it turns out that people can lie. So just like, when you're lied to over and over and over again, you stop trusting people. It's the same, it's a less intense concept, but like when a young girl, is, let's say, raped or molested, she has a hard time trusting men for the rest of her life. You know, it's kind of the same thing, for me, not a physical standpoint because I've never been physically taken advantage of. But basically, I've had my heart broken. My emotions have been taken advantage of to the point where I cannot trust a guy just with his words. And especially when his words are not in person and when they're just a bunch of compliments. And the thing is sometimes compliments can be flattering, but at the same time, I've trained my subconscious basically to, put my guard up against it, because it's like my past is full of guys telling me that I'm pretty, and then I'm saying, oh my gosh, they must really like me. And then by the end of the day, I've done something I regret, or I feel like crap because I don't feel like that they actually care about me. And that's the bottom line. The other thing I want to talk about is this so-called act of proving yourself. If you're a good guy and you call a girl pretty and then you get mad because she doesn't want to give you a chance to prove yourself, you're already doing something wrong. If a guy likes a girl, he doesn't have to try to prove himself if he is the guy for her. If you're trying at all, you're probably not the guy for her. Does that make sense? If you have to try to like what she likes, if you have to try to do this, if a girl says, I like funny guys, and you try to be funny, you're not the guy for her. And I hate to break it to you, I'm sure there are a lot of really nice guys out there who won't get a chance to date or be with that pretty girl that they like. But that's the bottom line. And I'm not going to rant and rave, and I feel like that I would insult people if I kept going. But seriously, guys, if you want a chance with a girl at all, go up to her in person and talk to her. Don't see her, find out her name, and add her on Facebook. It's not going to work out, especially if she actually values herself. If you want a girl with lower self-esteem, which I know guys don't like when girls diss on themselves. I can guarantee it. Which means guys like confident girls. It's proven. Every guy I've talked to says that they like confident girls. My ex-boyfriend used to get mad at me whenever I would diss on myself. He hated it. And I can tell you that a lot of guys are the same way. So if you want a genuine girl who respects herself, who's confident, you're going to talk to her in person. If you want a chance to prove yourself, if that's still what you're going to do, go up to her and say hi. You're not going to get anywhere by texting the crap out of her, by talking to her on Facebook, nothing. Like, you might text a girl and she might reject you. But the second you swallow your pride, grab a hold of your little balls and you go say hi, that is when you're going to start making progress. You're not going to make any by continuing to bug her with cell phones or on the internet. It's not going to work. So I guess maybe some tips, tying up some loose ends, but just letting you know that a lot of girls feel the way that I do and feel like that guys, I mean, I'm not saying that they are all the same, but based on our experiences, they are. And our guard is going to be up until a guy comes around and he rids us of it. And he's not even going to have to try. He's just going to do it. People aren't meant to have 5 or 6 wives in their life. You're supposed to wait for the one person. And that's the biggest issue. It's the impatience. Sorry, guys. You might, miss out on that pretty girl walking down the hall, but I can guarantee you there's going to be a girl who's going to fit your needs and your likes and your type with her looks and her personality.